Hi everyone, Great Power 60 here. I am going to try something I have never tried before. I have these, I don't know, what are they? 4x6 photo papers. And I want to play around with some inking magic. Yeah, inking magic, right. Yeah, I got 3 of them right now. I mean, I got a pile of them here. What I wanted to do, and before I do that, even though I cleaned it off, I didn't do a very good job. Sorry if it shakes the camera. I tried to zoom out a little bit. Remember I was telling you that I like to use this as a guide when I'm filming so that you can see everything I'm doing. Unfortunately, sometimes I tend to work down here or over there a little bit, especially when I'm gluing. And make sure that's nice and dry, although it doesn't have to be perfect because, yeah, it's good. Okay. Except when did I finish talking? I do that a lot, don't I? Oh my gosh, girl. Oh, I gotta go get my tea. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my tea. It's my 3rd one. I was so proud of myself. I went to bed at about, drinking my tea here. I don't know what time it was, but it was early evening. And I actually slept till 3:45 this morning. And then I woke up and went and made myself a cup of tea. And I felt awake. And I had an idea for a video. So I came in here, talk to you. My cup is dirty because this is like the 3rd cup of tea I've had. It's probably around 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm enjoying my tea. Did I ever mention that I drink Tetley tea? They call it a 2-bag tea bag, a 2-cup tea bag, and I always make at least 2 cups with my bag. And I just take milk, no sugar. Never liked it with sugar. Ooh, yuck, it was so gross. I tried it when I was a young girl. I had a girlfriend. Here I'm chatting here and I should be doing stuff. I'll tell you in a minute. That way we'll have something to chat about while I'm working. So what I want to do, and I don't know if it's going to work, is mix these inks with water so they're liquidy, and then plop these on here. And they're, like I say, they're shiny photo mat. I've seen some people do it, but I don't know what they used. I don't know if they used inks, like spray inks or whatever, alcohol inks, or whether they used this. So I'm going to try this because I have lots of it and I'm not using it. And oh, what the heck. It's an experiment. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. This is a shiny gloss finish. These are matte. They are matte inks, not inks, paints. So will it ruin this? I have no idea. I want to try it. I want to experiment. I was going to make some more postcards or cards that you can put into your journals. That's something else, guys. I have got to start making a couple of journals with you in here, but I have a couple of experiments to do first that I want to try for the covers. I mean, it's easy enough to put signatures together. We can, I think we all know how to do that. Anyway, let's get going here. Stop chatting. Stop being silly. And I have no idea how much to put on. I think it's probably too much. That's one color. And I'm just going to spritz it. I'm gonna have to mix it, obviously. Where did I put, I didn't bring my other brush. Hold on. Hold on. What is that? I wonder if I could use this. I've got quite a few of these. Yeah, let's use it, see what happens. So I can mix it with this. It's kind of like a little brush, isn't it? I really want to mix it up good. I actually have water in here. Okay, this is definitely going to be not watery enough. Let's get it really watery. When it's wet, it's so shiny, but when it dries, it's very matte. And I'm not sure how much water to use. Like I said, I haven't tried this yet. I don't even know if this is the method that they use. I think that's pretty watery. But I want to try it anyway because I'm a real sucker for punishments. And I just like to experiment. Yeah, I was going to say, when I first started drinking tea, my little story, I was about 10 years old. I had a girlfriend whose parents were English from England, and it was around, maybe I was a little older. I think it was just before the Beatles. Now I'm going to have to get something to put that on. I always have extra little dried up, what do you call it? Sometimes your packages of wet ones like this, if you have them for a long time, some of mine I've had like forever, dry out. So I keep them just for special occasions like now. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah. Sorry, I was just doing this to see. All right, let's see if this is going to work. I have no idea. Drum roll. I'm kind of nervous about it in a way. Yeah, it's a little thick. But you know what? That's kind of cool. So that's one. I'm going to let it dry over here. I mean, you know, they're just going to waste. I'm never going to use them in my I wonder if I just, oops, see, I had some on my finger. I just want to see if these things are going to work, and if I stand them up, will the paint run down or will it stay there? Definitely need some stands. Okay, I got one more and there's a little bit left. Let's see if I just, see, I don't know how porous this is. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Wow, kind of like that. Yeah, let's just play here. Yeah, that looks really cool. Now that it's a white background on this, so. All right, let's, I'm gonna have to wash this off. Wet one, please. Wet one, please. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just experimenting. I'm gonna have to do something that I forgot to do, which is to get out my heating tool, which is like, it looks like a blow dryer, but it's not a blow dryer. I'm going to get that out too. It's in my little tools. I don't think you've seen the video yet, but no, you haven't. Oh, maybe you have. Anyway, in my storage area, I have 2 baskets with what I call tools. So, all right, that's done. It's a little, no, it's not wet. It's just shiny. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So they did turn out matte. These are dry. This one is dry, even though it's got a shiny finish. I have no idea. This one's not quite dry because it's quite quite lumpy. Quite lumpy, the big drops and everything. I'm going to let it dry by itself, so I'm not going to worry about it for now. We'll leave it there. Okay, so my experiment didn't quite work, but I do like the design here. And I'm going to do another color just because I'm crazy like that. Now, I didn't know whether to add pink or this Paradise Blue, which may or may not complement it. I could use a different color. And then I was wondering about using my alcohol inks. I've got coral and I've got pistachio, which would have been great with these. But since it's just an experiment, I don't have purple, which I would have liked to have shaped, but what the heck? I mean, I'm just playing today. I just want to see. I just want to test it out and see. Oop. You know, this is nice. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, I was turning, you know how we, you know, gosh, I'm going to be stupid here. We untwist this way and we twist on this way. So what is that? We untwist counterclockwise because the clock is like that and it goes that way. And we twist on clockwise, okay? I wanted to fill this up with water just because it, you know, adds a little bit more wetness to the brush. And I have quite a few of these, and some of them I have colored ink. Some of these are just, you know, to use. Anyway, I'm twisting and twisting and twisting. It went the opposite. It went counterclockwise to open counter. Okay, it went clockwise to open and counterclock, anyway, the opposite. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, I was so frustrated. I was trying, and I thought, God, I'm getting old. I can't seem to, probably should have added more water, but anyway, I have no muscles. I had trouble opening a bottle of pop, you know. I'm really gonna have to mix this in here. Yeah, and I'm thinking, oh my God, like I don't have any strength in my fingers anymore. And then I realized I was turning it the wrong way. You know, the things that we do. I really want to mix this paint up, and I'm going to add a little bit more water. I don't know how watery this should be. This is all totally sit with me, chat with me, have fun watching me, make mistakes, do things. Another thing that someone suggested, I got a lot of air bubbles in here too now. Something else somebody else was suggesting in a video I was watching when they were doing things properly, was to put sand in some of the different mediums that you use. The different textures would really be cool. Let's try this one first. I should have, let's use my brayer here to kind of spread it out a little bit, which is probably what I should have done in the first place to mix it. Actually, let's brayer onto here and see what happens. Ooh, I like that. Although I should have put paper underneath. Okay, let's leave that one. Oh my gosh, I like what this did. I'm gonna have to wipe out my brayer now, because I don't want the I don't want the paint to stay on, but that's okay. Like, that is totally okay, because this one here, I bought this one a while ago, and it's kind of that material that when dry, it works well, but when wet everything sticks to. That's hard to explain, but anyway, I love my brayer. I also have some other brayers. Oh, let's get another wet one here. I just want it, I don't want dangerous stuffs to happen to me while I'm sitting here, which is put my elbows onto that. Okay, sorry. All right, let's splotch this in and see how that reacts with the other blue. Oops, I'm getting some on the back, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. Now this one here, not quite dry. You know what? The dry one, I'm going to dab it, because it's almost dry and I'm impatient. I don't necessarily need it to go to the edges. I just wanted to get some kind of color on here. And you know what? I'm going to leave that. I kind of like it. Do you know, when you're doing any mixed media, when you're doing any artwork of any kind, junk journals, whatever it is you're playing with, it's your eye. It's your artwork. Nothing can, I mean, unless you don't like it, right? But nothing is not acceptable if, you know, if it's what you want and you like. Somebody else might not like it. Too bad. It's all your own artistic endeavors. So have fun with stuff. And like I say, I had this package of photo paper and I didn't know what to do with it. I have no idea what I'll do with it when it's dry, but give me a second. I'm going to dry it and we'll be right. Okay, I'm back. My tea's cold. I had a question, and maybe you can answer it for me in the comments below. If you're doing any craft stuff and you have to use a heat, this is a Heat It craft tool. I bought this at Michael's years and years ago. You can tell it's a mess. My question is, when you're drying like this, you know, and you're using your heat tool, I know a lot of them have those cigar wiener looking ones. I just happened to pick this up. It was, I think, pretty cheap at the time. It does get hot sometimes, but like it says, for craft use only. When you're drying like this, do you ever do the back? Do you ever heat on the back like this? I do, especially when I have very thick paint, paste, whatever. I'll do both. And I think sometimes it helps to dry it a little faster because it's so thick. You know, it's drying on the top, but I go underneath. Anyway, how many of you do that? I just wondered. Maybe you can let me know in the comments below. Okay, now that I've done this, what's next? I'm wondering if I should add a third color. I can't use white because white is in there. I could use black, but that's kind of dark already. So, could I use pink? Will pink be absolutely ridiculous? Probably, but let's do it anyway. Just because I have it out. The only colors I have out is black, white, blue. I got the two blues. Whoops, just dropped my brayer. I got the two blues and I brought this pink. I didn't bring any other colors. I didn't think about it. I did not think about it. And I'm shaking. This one here is art. I don't remember. I must have got this. Oh, it's chalkboard paint. Oh, well, that is even going to be more interesting, isn't it? Let's see what this does. Isn't this going to be fun? I'm going to get out my brayer that fell on the floor along with my towel Everything fell on the floor. We're going to add the water. Now I can't use this one because I didn't go and wash it while I was drying stuff. So I'll just use the other end of it and just mix it. Actually, I could use my brayer, couldn't I? I'm kind of silly. Okay, let's use the brayer. Let's not be silly. Use the tools you've got. I don't know how much water's in there. And this one's very squeaky, isn't it? Yeah, very squeaky. And what I should be doing, let me grab. This is something a lot of artists do, a lot of people who do multimedia, is when you want to clean off your brayer, get a piece of paper beside you and clean it off. And then when that dries, the next time you use another color and you want to clean off your brayer, and then you get artwork just by using something like that. You probably already knew that. These are all things that I'm learning as I watch more and more videos of absolutely creative people, like just super sweet when it comes to sharing. All right, what shall we do? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, let's just do it. I'm gonna leave that one like that. I got my stand there for my, okay, let's just do this one. In the center, what the heck? What the heck? And let's just do this one over top of the whole thing. You know, I don't know. Sometimes you can get surprised by just experimenting. And that's all I'm doing. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to see if I can pick up a little bit more in this corner. Yes. And maybe a little more there. Oh, I'm liking that. I am liking it. And this one kind of looks like, if they were all green, it looks like a jungle foliage. And this one looks like a hot mess. And that's okay too. That is okay too. Let's add a little water to that, even though I cleaned off my brayer. And I know the ink is probably, or the paint is probably dry. But let's see if we can just squeeze a little bit more. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, let's get these out here because I want to wipe that off. Let's get my cloth here. This is a face cloth that I never use, but I use it for I started using it for my artwork, I am so glad I got this glass thing. It was kind of annoying because it does shine in the camera, probably too much. It did when I was using my Olight. I think I called it a circle light. Yeah, let me dry those off and see what happens next. Okay, that's long enough. I've been out. I had to wash my hands. I still had ink from my other video, black ink on here. My nails are terrible. They're all breaking. Oh, such a tragedy. All right, they're almost dry. This one is pretty much dry. There are a few spots still, but I think they're kind of fun backgrounds. These will make great cards that I could use. I wondered what I could do with these photo mats. Now, there are a few other experiments I want to try. I have some of this Nouveau embellishment mousse, and it's kind of a metallic. I also have this Dreamweaver stencil. This is embossing paste. Pretty much does the same thing as the other. I've used it before, just not with any extension. I was also watching, I've forgotten her first name and I apologize, Treasure Books. She is amazing. And she put a video out that shows you how to make your own, what is it called? I called it modeling paste. That's not what I meant. Textured paste using talc, like baby powder, paint, whatever color you want to use. And what was the third thing? Oh my, oh my God. Talc, paint. What was the third thing? It was white. What was the third thing? Oh my gosh. And it was like 2 tablespoons of the powder, and then you mix in a tablespoon of the paint. Oh, glue, any kind of PVA glue, you know, I have some here. You know, the children's white glue. Yeah, I'm going to try it and make some. And she said the most important thing is the consistency. It must be, you know, it has to be thick. So another thing I've learned, I want to try it. But before I try making my own, I want to play around. I've got some stencils here that I grabbed from my pack, and I was thinking would be really cool on here to try that. These are all just experiments, and please, please don't judge me or any other young, I'm not young, but my channel, crafters that want to try new things or find a niche in the craft world, art world, where they love to just play. And when they find something they really enjoy doing, and it may be the only thing they do, and if they have a YouTube channel, please be kind. You know, we put ourselves out there and share things that we're doing, share fun, you know, we're new, we're exploring, we're not professional, and we're just having fun. And the whole point of my videos, I don't know about anybody else's, is to have fun, share things that I've learned, even though many of you probably already know these things. I get excited about something to try, something new, some new kind of thing. And I'm probably going to take a while to learn how to, like clusters. Oh my gosh. I don't know why. I struggle with that. And yet I love doing things like this. Something totally abstract. It may not look pretty now, but this is just a background. It's just a background. And I can use that for so many things. I could use the modeling clay, I call it modeling clay, texture clay. Put it on here and add texture to this, and maybe even make it pretty enough or unusual enough to put that, or cut it, but put it on the cover of a journal. That's my next thing I'll be trying next month, is trying to do a journal, creating my own from cover to cover. Now, I don't do the old-fashioned term junk journals. That means getting things like trashy things you're going to throw out, magazine images, labels from different things, old stuff that normally we throw out and recycle in the trash, and make a journal out of that. I'm not good at that. I'm not fussy on it. I don't find it, my eye doesn't find it appealing. And this may not be appealing to you who love to do junk journals. That's okay, because we all have our own little niches, our own little quirky places where we are having fun, where we're enjoying it. And I'm hoping to bring some interesting, fun, crazy, I make a lot of mistakes, but I like to show you how I make the mistakes and how I either correct it or, throw it in the garbage and let's start all over again. So I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy these, I call them experiments. Trying new things just to see. It's great to try new mediums. I call them mediums. There is a name for it professionally. People call these mats of whatever it is. Whether it be a, I'm going to grab it here. Whether it be this photo paper, cardstock, index card, whatever it is that's your base for whatever you're building on, let's experiment, let's have fun, let's learn, let's play, and who knows, maybe this little piece, put it in a frame, put my name on the bottom, and it may be worth $1 million someday. Okay, I'm exaggerating, I'm being silly. But you know what I mean. Everybody has their own things that they like to do. So please be kind in the comments and don't criticize. Just don't leave a comment or just say thanks for sharing. If you want to leave a comment. And I haven't had any negative comments. I don't want to say that, but I know some people who have. Got a tickle in my throat. My tea is getting cold. Anyway, guys, so that's one thing that I wanted to try without using my gel mat, because this is glass. It's a good medium to use. It's a good platform to use. I was going to do some paste, some textured pasting, but I'm not going to do it on these. What I think I'm going to try in my next video is maybe cut this into card size. I don't know, maybe leave it big. But there's a few things that, gosh, I wish I could remember a name from Treasured Books, that showed us where even mistakes can be not mistakes, right? Even experimenting, eventually that particular thing could fit somewhere in your crafting journey. So anyway, guys, I preached long enough. I apologize for preaching, but there are some videos that I've watched, and I noticed in a few comments where they were a little bit cruel, and I'm thinking to myself, why don't you try it? Put out a video and let's see how you do, is what I want to say, but I don't. I leave it. I don't worry about it. I'm sure, people are just sad and have nothing better to do but to criticize. So my family, my friends, you guys are so awesome and so wonderful, and I so much appreciate everything that you do. I will have a video out. Maybe you've already seen it. I don't know when this one is scheduled for, but I will be doing an announcement for March, because March is my 8th anniversary on YouTube. Unfortunately, I think this is because there's only there's 29 days in in February. This won't probably go up until March. By then you would have already seen my video. So I'm talking for nothing. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. I have these 4 index cards that I am going to decorate like I did the other ones, and then I showed you in the video, and get rid of these because they've already been gessoed or painted on. I'm not quite sure. I think these are paint. And And I haven't decided what to do with these yet. I don't know. So I'll just put them in my unfinished container, unfinished box, and we'll see. I have to wait for it to dry. All right. So thanks for joining me and watching me experiment. I just wanted to see how, the whole purpose, how photo paper and photo paper, which is shiny, and matte paint goes on. And, you know, is there any crinkling going on, which doesn't seems to be holding quite well. So I didn't know if it needed something on here like gesso or Mod Podge or whatever. Mod Podge. I always have to say that. All right. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to go into my unfinished experiment to maybe, you know, maybe when I do an art journal, I'll find a place for this with these colors and embellish them. I don't know. Cut them up. I don't know. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and sorry for the rant, but sometimes when I see people struggle, I just have to say something when some people are, anyway. Hey, we'll leave it alone. I hope you have a wonderful day, and continuing my word for the year, hope is so strong and special a word for me for this year. And I hope that you enjoy my videos as I continue to learn and grow. There's a lot of things that I need to learn, but right now, one step at a time, a little experimenting, a little fun, and share it with you. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.